Hi team, it's Fitz and I am back. Yesterday was super fun as we talked about 15 plus things to never do in a locker room. And that was a bit of a doozy because there's all sorts of exciting things you could do in a locker room that you really can't do elsewhere. And there's all sorts of people and parts that make a locker room experience interesting. So that was a lot of fun. And I'm super grateful that so many of you participated because I enjoy that and I miss people. So I'm accustomed to live audiences and live interactions and seeing people's smiles and having hugs and stuff. But live streaming will just have to do now, won't it? So many of you are on Facebook, also broadcasting to LinkedIn and YouTube. So I would love for you guys to participate in the comments in the conversation. All you have to do is use the comment section, say, hi Fitz, this is Bob from Minnesota. StreamYard, my broadcasting tool, will ask you to give permission to use your name. So if you don't give permission, your comment will come up as anonymous. And I would much rather know who the heck it is I'm talking to. So before I go too far, if you guys are on LinkedIn, connect with me, please. I am finding lots of interesting fun on LinkedIn. I like it a lot. I've been a member for, I don't know, like 15 years or however long it's been a thing. I remember, it's got to be 15, 20 years now. My attorney sent me a invitation, and the only reason I accepted it, I thought, oh, this is wonky. What is this all about? But he was a fancy pants attorney, and look, I had an attorney. How fancy was that? But yeah, my attorney invited me on LinkedIn, and so I thought, all right, I better do what he says. And so now I really enjoy LinkedIn, and if you're on it too, I would love for you to connect. It's just my name. So look, Ross from Michigan, yay! And I actually am hoping to come back to Michigan in June. I have a race series that wants me to go to Flint, Michigan. So I don't know if that's near you, Ross, but yeah, I'm really excited. I'm excited to go anywhere, to be with any sort of people, especially athletic people. But yeah, I love Michigan. I have a huge posse. All my epic races people. Hi, Jade. In Michigan are the best. And oh, look at another Michigander. It's Katie Stefaniak. Hello, Katie. So Epic Races has slowed down much like every other race organization in the country, but I'm hoping they'll wind back up because I miss my goddesses and all of my Michigan people. But yeah, I might be coming to Flint. I don't know how near or far that is from Detroit or Ann Arbor, where I normally work, but even if it's far, you should come and see me. Everybody should come and see me. Hi, Tamara. Hi, Katie. Okay, 45 minutes from Flint. I am totally worth a 45-minute drive, and that is my declaration of today. I may not be worth much in other categories, but my dog thinks I am, and at least 45 minutes is fair to ask of you guys. So before I get going with things, I have to tell you that I spent the morning with my hairstylist who lives on this beautiful lake. And Florida feels like Florida again, and the water was actually warm. So that's very, very exciting. I'm hoping to get my stand-up paddleboard back in the water and go cruising around where the alligators bask in the sun and hopefully don't try to eat me. And then the other thing is the clutch is now slipping on my Wrangler, which is a super bummer. So I'm adamant that my Jeep had to be stick shift, and I don't regret that at all. But I replaced the clutch when I bought it in September. And now if you've ever had a stick shift vehicle and it's slipped out of gear, my old vehicles that were stick never slipped. This one, when it slips out of first, it goes bang. It's really scary. It feels like a bomb has just exploded in your car. So tomorrow morning, I'm dropping it off. I want you all to include me in your bedtime routine, and I'm not asking for prayers, but I want you to keep your fingers crossed that my clutch is easily and inexpensively fixed. So we're going to get into the worst mistakes you can make at the gym. And I think that is a big topic, and there's a lot of things we could do wrong. Now, again, just being at the gym is a right thing. So the second you walk in there, you're on the right page. You get hero status in my book. I like you. I'm a fan of you. I will applaud anything and everything you do. However, there are some foul moves you can make once inside that building to exercise. And people kept bringing them up yesterday while we were talking about things not to do in the locker room. So I thought, why not talk about that? So I made a list, and I'm sure you guys have some awesome ideas on things not to do at the gym or in a fitness center. And so we're going to get going. Please share your suggestions. Yesterday or this whole week, you've been full of them. So keep them coming, because I want to hear your ideas too. And I'm sure you've not only witnessed weird stuff, but I'm sure you've done weird stuff too and thought, oh my God. In fact, I'm just adding to my list right now. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. Oh, goodness. There's so many things we should not be doing. Okay, so this is Exhibit A right here. This magical person says hi. I don't know who that person is. So, magical anonymous friend, throw me a hi and throw out your name, because I'd love to see it. So the first big mistake you can make at the gym, and these are really in no particular order, but is to get comfortable there and get into a routine. And it's nice to have a routine, but it's not okay if you're unwilling to budge from your routine. And the reason being is doing new and interesting motions and using different equipment that you haven't done before challenges your body in new ways, and that's what makes it better. So if you go in every single week and you do bench press, flies with dumbbells, and hack squat and leg press and leg extension, or hamstring curl and leg extension, you leave, okay, your body will become very good at that. And we want that to happen. But if you take the same motion of bench press and all of a sudden you go over and do that same motion on the cable machine, all of a sudden your body is going to have to start adjusting in new ways, and your muscle attachments will start responding in different ways, and you'll start growing stronger and becoming more flexible. Cables, man, they pull your arms back. So do not get in a routine that's very routine. Have your routine be that you go to the gym, that you do cardio, that you do strength training, but it doesn't have to look the same every single time you go, or even every other time you go. When I used to do personal training, one of the things I prided myself on with my clients is that no workout ever looked like another. We may incorporate similar elements throughout each training session, but you would never come in and do, on Wednesday, the same thing you did on Monday and Sunday and Friday. That's not how to get the best out of a training session. So don't get too comfortable at the gym. Constantly step out of your box. Hi, Andrea. Thank you for identifying yourself. Good to see you. But yeah, you have to try new things. And in fact, I always say the worst piece of equipment in the gym is the one you're not using. And so diversify. That's really the way to get the best of your body. And in my gym I attend, so first of all, it's a health club with 3 different locations, and they're all very different. One of them is just for women. So unfortunately, the men in this town don't have access there, which kind of makes me sad, but whatever. I love the gym and I definitely love the owner. But within one of the fitness centers itself, there's every type of cardio machine. There's a ski machine, a rowing machine, a bike, a variety of treadmills. In fact, a variety of bikes. There's the gauntlet, there's a stepper, there's so on and so on. But then there's also a basketball court, and you can play basketball there, but you can also jump rope in there, and you can also do volleyball in there. And then there's a swimming pool. And of course you can swim in the pool, but you can also walk in the pool, and you can also wade in the pool. And there's all of these things you can do. So yes, I want you to get into a routine of going to the gym, but please don't allow your workouts to be routine. Jade says, for me to keep fit, I use stretching exercises and an app. That's great. That's great. You also need to make sure you're doing cardio, strength, and balance training. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of fantastic apps out there that'll guide you through it. And of course, my channel is at fitzness.com and Fitzness on YouTube and Facebook. I have tons of video resources that are all free. If you haven't used them before, please do. I, in fact, just recently added some new strength training and stretching exercises, which I'm really happy with. And the people using them seem to be very happy with it. So if you want to do sky kicks or planks, high planks with side hops, what is that? Well, go to my YouTube channel and I'll tell you what that is. So yeah, don't get routine in your routine. And don't be redundant. That's the thing, is avoid redundancy, aim for variety, and your body will constantly keep making improvements. So here's the other thing you can do that's poor when it comes to actual exercising, is not challenging yourself. So if you get on the treadmill and you just stroll away, and you can have a big conversation with the girl next to you or the guy next to you, you're not challenging yourself. There are gauges for all 4 types of fitness. And when it comes to fitness, we have strength, cardio, flexibility, and balance training. And you have to pursue all 4 areas of training if you truly want to be fit. And the reason being is if you can run a marathon, but you cannot touch your toes, are you fit? If you win a bodybuilding competition, but you can't walk up a flight of stairs without huffing and puffing and buckling over, are you fit? No, you're not. And so some people just have an innocent ignorance to what the criteria are to be fit, those 4 elements, but some people just are stuck in their own they're in their own way, right? They're stuck in their routine. And so I bodybuild, I strength train. That's what I do. Okay, well, let's jump rope, let's swim, let's do cycling, because you need to work that heart of yours. And those lungs are pretty darn important. And as well, if you're a yoga person, I do yoga, I'm so good at yoga. Great, I like that. Go lift some dumbbells and go run or dance or cycle, whatever it is. But you have to have variety, and you should be working all 4 elements of fitness. And so this is where we're going on challenging yourself. These are the ways that I know that not only I'm working hard, but a way for you to be able to gauge whether you're working hard enough. When you are strength training, if you're using actual weights like dumbbells, kettlebells, medicine balls, etc., you should pick it up and think, oh, that's heavy. And so historically, if I've chosen a weight for someone and I put it in their hand, they went, oh, that's heavy. Yeah, that's the purpose. It's supposed to make you stronger. It's supposed to be heavy. I can lift this hat up all day. It's not going to make me stronger. In fact, I can lift my book up thousands of times and it will not make me stronger. Strength training should be challenging to you. And so you can strength train with dumbbells, kettlebells, and medicine balls, but you can also strength train with your own body weight. You can use resistance bands. You can use a bench. You can use all sorts of tools. In fact, milk jugs are a big favorite amongst the home crowd, but it should make you grunt at some point. So if you're doing a military press and you're pushing your hands up, if you get to a point, maybe rep 8, 9, or 10, and you go, like that, that tells me, that grunt tells me that you're actually pushing the envelope and working to make yourself stronger. If you are doing squats and you have a weight vest, maybe the first 7, 8 are super easy. By the time you get to rep number 10, you go, that right there, that grunt tells me that you are training properly to become stronger. And that's what you're aiming for. Some people say, I just want to tone. What the heck is that? What the heck is that? This book, waving it around all day, this isn't going to make me muscles or make my muscles hard. In order to make muscles firmer, and I think that's what people mean when they say tone, you have to challenge the muscle. You can't fling around a 2-pound dumbbell if you're a average capability person and expect to have firmer muscles. Either you are gaining strength or you are not, and you are doing what you can already do. So there's a big difference there. If we're talking strength training, you should be challenging your body to do more than it could already do. That's making progress. So grunt for strength training. When you're doing cardio exercise, there is nothing wrong with taking your dog for a wonderful 2-mile walk in the park and, just taking it easy and strolling. That's active and that's great. But when we're working to make your heart and lungs stronger, you should be huffing and puffing. We should feel or hear the wind coming in and out of your lungs. That is a sign of progress. That means that huffing and puffing sound, that means you're challenging your lungs. Your lungs can't just relax and casually go through the experience. Your lungs start working harder, and that means you're making them stronger. You're making your heart stronger. And so for strength training, it's the grunt. For cardio, it's the huff and the puff. That's how you know you're getting stronger. For flexibility training, this not so bad, right? I can go through this motion and you know, it's good for mobility, but if I want to become more flexible, I pull, and you see that thing that happened on my face where I went, like that wince. A wince tells me you're making progress with flexibility. So again, not making progress. Am I being mobile? Yes. But if I come over here and then I pull and then my face goes, that tells me I'm making progress with flexibility. And so if you're already very bendy, you may have to bring in some equipment. You may have to hang from bars. You may have to utilize a rope, a band, a belt to pull on your feet or on your arms to get that beneficial stretch. So reach further, but when you wince, you know you're making progress with stretching. And then the last element of fitness is balance training. And in order to know you're making progress with a balance is the wobble. And so if you go to, what do we call that class? Body flow, right? You go into a class or body flow or yoga, and the instructor asks everyone to get into a pose on one foot, and you're standing there wobbling around. You're standing on your left foot, you've got your right foot on your left knee, and wobbling around. You feel ridiculous. You're thinking, oh, I'm so bad at this. And then there's that woman, that yoga woman, and she's got the perfect outfit, and she's got her foot way up here and one on the ground, and she's frozen. She's not moving at all. She is not making progress because she is not wobbling. And so that wobble means your body's constantly adjusting, trying to get better to keep yourself upright. That's a sign of progress. Okay, falling over isn't necessarily a sign of progress. But if you're standing there and you're working really hard, your abs, your core is engaged, your glutes, your hips, your ankles, everything's adjusting to try to keep you upright, that's how we know you are making progress with balance training. If you can just stand there with your foot over the head and you're absolutely stone straight, stiff, well, you're not making progress because there's no sign of effort. There's no sign you're challenging. Your body is still, your ankles aren't adjusting, your hips aren't adjusting. And so it's not that being that person on one foot with your foot up above your head is a bad thing. It just means you're the one not making progress. And so these are our gauges. When you do strength training, you grunt. Cardio, huff and puff. Stretching or flexibility training, you wince. And for balance training, you wobble. If you're doing all those things, we know you're making progress. And lack of pushing yourself or not pushing yourself is definitely a mistake to make at the gym. Now, on the flip side, you can always push yourself too hard, right? If you pick up a weight that's just far too heavy, yeah, you're likely to pull a muscle, tear a muscle, drop a weight, break a toe. There's a bunch of stuff that could come from lifting too much. So you don't want to be that guy either, right? Hi, Naira. Hello, beautiful. Good to see you. So yeah, you definitely want to progress gradually when it comes to lifting heavy things. And I would much rather you lift something far too light and then inch closer to the proper weight than to just haphazardly pick up a 115-pound dumbbell and let it rip. You got to be cautious with that. And the same thing goes for, you know, cardiovascular exercise. I've seen people get on a treadmill and turn it up to 9 miles per hour. That's a really bad idea, unless you are a very competent runner. You know, you don't start off at 9 miles per hour. In fact, oh, that just seems like a bad idea, right? It just seems I'm not going at 9 miles per hour unless I'm already in a good training run and I know I'm only going to be there for 10 or 15 seconds before I start moving the dial. So start small, graduate or improve gradually. And yeah, so with the dumbbells, don't lift too much. When you're doing cardio, don't do too much. And in fact, it's not only the intensity, but it could be the time. You know, throughout the years working with so many sport and fitness clients, there's a very fine line between someone feeling like, gee whiz, I'm working hard, and then someone feeling like, oh boy, I'm dizzy, I'm gonna hit the floor. And so you gotta be able to gauge your own progress. I think obviously checking your heart rate is a great idea. I'm a big fan of the talk test. And so what the talk test is for cardiovascular, very simple and very easy to monitor yourself. So we'll use running because it's a simple activity most folks can do. If you are running so hard that you cannot squeak out, this sucks, can't wait till I'm done. If that's you, you're working too hard, right? That's an anaerobic place and that's not great for endurance training and you shouldn't be there very long. Now, if you're running and you can have a very comfortable, lengthy, complex conversation without huffing and puffing, you're not really challenging your body either. So you want to be in that middle ground where you are huffing and puffing, and you can say something like, can't wait till it's over. This is really hard. And if you can do that without suffocating, you're in the right place. So that's what I like about the talk test. But, some people are not working hard enough at the gym. And then some people are working way too hard. They dive in, they expect I got to get great results today, or I have to do what I used to do before I had the baby, or before I let things lag and stopped coming here. I need to get right back there. Don't jump back in. Going above and beyond will lead to sprains, strains, tears. If you fall, a broken bone, worse yet, heart problems, passing out. You don't need any of those things. So we always make progress gradually. And so don't go too far too quickly. Oh, and here's the next mistake, is expecting miracles quickly. And so if you got out of shape, fine. It's going to take you a while to get back into shape. And so just pick a place to start, be moderate, be reasonable, challenge yourself, don't go too far. And then the next day, come back in and do a little bit more. And the next day, do a little bit more, and also yield to pain. So if you did some sort of lower body workout and your glutes hurt too much for you to sit down on the toilet, or worse, get up from the toilet, okay, well, you probably shouldn't go back and, do a great stair climbing workout the next day. Let your body rest. That incredible pain, intense pain tells you, back off, leave me alone for a little bit. And perhaps you just change things up. Instead of doing your stadium workout as planned, if your lower body hurts too much, ditch the stadium workout and go box, hit the heavy bag, use your upper body, or go swimming. There's a bunch of other options. And again, we don't want you to get stuck in a routine of being routine. So listen to your body and be flexible, be willing to pivot and do something else. Okay? And again, if you have any suggestions, please feel free to use the comment section. I can see your comments come up like this. Nera. Ta-da! And on Facebook, if you don't give them permission to use your name, you're going to have to write in your name so I know who you are. All right. Next mistake, not asking for help. You don't have to be the know-it-all for everything, right? Even if you are a competent exerciser and you've spent years at a gym, if they bring in a new piece of equipment you've never tried before, ask how to use it. Or maybe you're brand new to a gym and nobody expects you to walk in being the king or queen of exercise. In fact, health clubs and fitness centers actually stock their locations with humans that are there to help and assist and guide you. So don't ever feel silly asking for help. It's not only, how is this exercise performed, but sometimes there's very complicated, complex maneuvers and pins you need to push and pull to get your seat adjusted properly so it matches your particular height and body type. So yeah, ask for help. And then the other thing, this is the thing that actually scares me, is if you don't know how to exercise properly, you may hurt yourself. I've seen so many people go to reach down between the stack of weights going up and down. I've seen so many near misses on fingers. Thank God I haven't seen any pinched or pinched off, but you could go really wrong on a piece of fitness equipment if you don't understand how to properly use it. So ask for help, ask your friend, ask your neighbor. If there's someone nearby, ask an employee. Again, they're being paid, so you might as well put them to good work. And I know they would like that. Everyone likes to feel useful. Right? Even if you know how to use the equipment, maybe just chat up the employees and say, hey, tell me what your favorite piece of equipment is and why. Tell me, some cool piece of equipment in here or tell me about some cool piece of equipment in here I may not be using. And you'll be surprised what you find. There may be so many cool things, cool opportunities you're missing out on. And in my fitness center, the third location, Town It's Yoga, they have embedded some very cool stretching equipment. There's a big cage, and within the cage you can hang, you can shift, you can put your feet up on the bars. It's wonderful for stretching. In fact, I've come back home from long periods sitting with long car travel, and I've gone straight to that gym just to use this cage for stretching. They also have a few other stretching tools. Now, mind you, they're not intuitive. You wouldn't look at them and say, oh yeah, I know exactly how to do this stuff. That's the type of thing where you go to an employee and say, hey, you know what? That thing over there, I don't know what it's called, and I don't know what it does, but it looks pretty interesting. Can you share? Can you teach me how to use it? And you'd be surprised what you can find. Not everything in the gym is about a dumbbell and a treadmill. So again, the worst piece of equipment in the gym is the one you're not using. I hope after this, either tonight or tomorrow, you will get into the gym and you will try something new, and then you'll reach out and you say, hey, Fitz, guess what? I tried the gauntlet, or I tried the assisted pull-up machine, or whatever it is. I worked with kettlebells. I've never done that before. I want to know. All right. Next big mistake is not hydrating. Yeah, even if you're doing strength training, you should be hydrating. And dehydration is a precursor to passing out and feeling sick. And so I don't need to lecture you on this one because it's not confusing, but hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Doesn't even have to be water. It could be Noon or Gatorade Zero or whatever you choose, but hydrate. It's important. Most fitness centers have water fountain. In fact, I am a big user of the water fountain in my gym. And my mom would be proud because I don't put my mouth on the little mouthpiece. Remember doing that as a kid? Where you just lay it all the way down and you put your mouth on the thing. People would have a freaking heart attack if you put your mouth on the water dispenser. And that might be my new trick. And that might be my new party trick, gym trick. I might just go over to the water fountains and put my mouth right on the mouthpiece just to horrify people and see who comes to rescue me from the germs. They're so dangerous. So anyways, I've got evil plans. Apparently, I've got evil plans at the water fountain, and perhaps we will record it for a TikTok video. My kids can share what a psycho their mom is. Okay, next step. Next big mistake is using terrible form. Terrible form often comes from ignorance, and I don't say that in a mean way. It just comes from a lack of understanding on what proper form looks like. And sometimes it comes with overconfidence, and sometimes it comes because people are trying to do too much. And so it's interesting to me, basically proper form is there to protect your spinal column. Number one, you only get one spinal column, and you could really damage it. It's supposed to move in a variety of ways, but if you move it in the wrong way, you're likely to pinch, pull, sprain, strain, tear things. So yeah, proper form is very important, especially when you're lifting weights and loading your body with, again, dumbbells, plates, etc. And so proper form, you got to protect your joints, your knees, your spinal column. And I have a lot of that information on fitzness.com, but it's important. And if for example, when we're doing bicep curls, this is, look at I'm so Florida. This is me today. But with bicep curls, what you want to do, excuse me, is keep your back upright. So we're working this muscle and my spinal column is in the proper position. Now, if I lift too much weight, what'll happen is I start to do this thing. And if you go to the weightlifting section of your gym, you will see this. That's a bad idea. And what's happening is the discs between these vertebrae are getting smushed. And that's not good for your vertebrae. And so, or your discs. And we don't want to see that. We don't want to see them herniated, right? We don't want them pinched, compressed, or herniated. That leads to back surgery and all sorts of horrible pain. So we want to stay upright. And the way we stay upright for an activity like bicep curls is, first of all, we only lift a certain amount. We don't lift an amount that requires us to do this, but you can help yourself keep proper form by tilting forward a little bit. If you're always leaning forward, you will never go back. And so proper form goes a long way. There's some tricks to it. Very important to protect your knees, your low back, your neck. Again, spinal column and joints. Proper form matters. If you don't know what proper form is, that's, again, an opportunity for you to start asking questions at your fitness center. I see a lot of people doing lunges. I see a lot of people doing very dangerous lunges, very poor squats. It's the knees I really worry about. And no matter what I see at the gym, I don't work there, right? I'm not a gym employee. I don't do that. I will speak up if I see someone putting their neck at risk or their knees in severe risk. And usually that's, weighted squats and the person's knees are jetting way out over their toes. And so then I have to introduce myself like, hi, I'm Fitz. I'm a fitness expert. I have a master's degree in exercise and sports sciences. Is it okay if I give you a little pointer? Because really, how annoying would I be if I just walked around the gym I'm a member at and was like, hey, you're doing it wrong. But yeah, it's important to use proper form. So please utilize the experts, get some good information, and protect those parts of yours that are often irreplaceable. Okie dokie. Okay, so wearing the wrong thing can be a big mistake. And I don't mean you have to wear high fashion exercise gear. In fact, I have some people at the gym who I totally admire. Yesterday, there was some like hunky cowboy in jeans and boots, and he was strength training. It's awesome. And he just came after work and he wasn't, maybe he doesn't have proper exercise clothes, and maybe he just doesn't care. He's going to go do his workout, and it doesn't matter if he's got his sexy jeans and boots on. And then there's the guy who does the dance class and the spandex tights and the button down shirt and his high black business socks. And I love that guy because, again, he doesn't care. He dances like nobody's watching. And his outfit, even though it looks a little weird, it's not limiting him. When I'm talking about, when I say wearing the wrong thing, is wearing the wrong thing in a way where it will inhibit your motion or inhibit your ability to work hard. And I can tell you, it's not in the gym, but this weekend is Star Wars race weekend at Disney. It should be Star Wars race weekend. And one of the most tragic things I ever see, it's April in Florida. It's hot. We have 85 days already. In fact, we get to 90 degrees in April. Hi, Dave. Dave, I love you. I can't wait to see you in Buffalo in May. I think it's going to happen. But yeah, going back to Disney, and I don't announce for Disney. I'm a friend. I'm a runner. I'm a fan. But I'll sit on the sidelines and I'll see, 1,000 women run by wearing long black pants in Florida in April, and they're not finishing the race until 10:30, where it's already 86 degrees out. In what planet is long black pants a good idea on a hot, sunny Florida day? That's no planet. There are no planets that think that's a good idea. And why are they wearing those tight black pants? It's purely fashion. Purely fashion. And the other thing is, I can't tell you how many women specifically have told me over the decades of my career that they hate their knees and they're embarrassed by their knees. So they wear tights to hide their knees. Is that tragic? These are men and women that have put in so much time and effort and income into the opportunity to go exercise and do a race and travel to that race. And then they punish themselves for 3-4 hours wearing the wrong thing because they're embarrassed about their knees or their thighs or their calves. And here's the deal. If you are an athlete, or if you are someone who is committed to exercise, you have to let that stuff go. You just have to let it go. It's functional, right? So fashion, it's nice to wear something cute, a pretty color. I like this color, great. But I also need to have clothes that work for me while I'm out performing. I cannot wear a cute and sexy little frilly swimsuit at the gym to swim laps, and I certainly can't go do a triathlon in a sexy frilly bikini. I can't do it. So it's nice to look nice, but it's more important to have support where you need it, in a bathing suit that's going to stay put. And in the high heat, it's important for your skin to have the opportunity to breathe and cool off. And long black pants are a really bad idea. And so they're a really bad idea out on the asphalt, but they're also a really bad idea inside a gym. If you're going to go running on the treadmill, unless it's super cold in there, they chill it to death, AC blasting, or it's freezing outside and the inside's cold too, let yourself off the hook. put on some shorts, short pants. You got to wear them. They don't have to be skin tight. You can even double up, put biker shorts with some floofy shorts over. And yes, floofy is a word, but you have to have mercy on yourself and not dress to hide your body. You have to dress to help your body perform. And that also goes for the right bra. That goes for the right bra, apparently. Oh, so this I like to talk about. So bras are important, and for those with boobs, you know why. They like to bounce up and down if you're doing cardio and moving around too much. And so I think with a bra, you get one with a firm material, one that doesn't stretch too much. The more stretchy a bra is, the less support it's going to give. You know, for many of us, we'll get the bras in the back that clip, and you can tighten them. You can elongate or shorten straps. Make sure that bra fits perfectly to you. If you have a favorite bra and you'd like to list it in the comment section, I'd love to see it. And you know what? Those bras are really important, because as if you were to wear your, you know, just came home from work bra, you may be bouncing all over the place, and that is definitely prohibitive to a good workout. But I hear, because I thought that's got to be hard to be a guy to have a penis, right? So the man parts bounce around too. I'm guessing one would assume, and I don't have them, but I thought they should make Mander pants, like a sports bra for guys to keep their stuff in place, because you never hear guys talking about this. Women, we're always talking about sports bras, and we got to find the best sports bra. And we're doubling up on sports bras, etc. But I've been told that there are Mander pants, the kind of supportive underpants that like contain and lift a guy's stuff to keep it out of the way while they work and play. But yeah, I imagine if you're doing karate, your boy parts may get in the way, or they may be inconvenient. And so you have to wear the right thing. That's where I'm going with all this. You can't wear long pants when it's hot. You should not wear long sleeves because you hate your triceps and you're worried about them flapping in the wind. Nobody cares about your triceps. You have to perform. If you're out there exercising, we all want you to wear clothing that will support your efforts instead of crushing your efforts. And you know what? If you're out there exercising and you're wearing too much stuff, then you're too hot to give it your all and run as fast as you can or cycle as much as you can. You know, it matters. Your clothing matters. So I don't care if you're in fashion. I don't care if it's a great color. I don't even care if you've got holes in your shirt. Just wear clothing that is supportive to the activity you're going to participate in, and do not punish yourself by wearing cumbersome clothing when the temperatures say otherwise. Deal? Deal. Okay, good. Next up is, buying a 500-calorie smoothie on your way out of the gym if you're trying to lose weight. So if you go to the gym and you're like, I'm going to burn a lot of calories because I'm trying to lose weight, and then you quickly stop by their little Shake Shack and gather the peanut butter protein blaster or weight loss shake, that's a bad idea. You just undid all of your weight loss efforts in there. Now, mind you, you still get credit for the exercise, but you're definitely not putting yourself in a position where you're likely to lose weight based on that workout. So yeah, don't do that. Don't undo your caloric losses by quickly consuming them. And they will call various shakes, this is a weight loss shake, this is a diet shake. None of that is real. There's absolutely no food on earth that should have the word weight loss in front of it and be correct. We don't have weight loss apples. We don't have a weight loss salad. We have salad. If somebody called it a weight loss salad, you might think that was stupid. If I called this a weight loss water, you may think I was, I don't know, a snake oil salesman trying to pull one over on you. Same thing goes with the Shake Shack. Shake Shack. Do not buy weight loss smoothie and do not buy weight loss protein bar. If you want to have a smoothie because it's time to eat and it fits into your caloric budget, great. But there's no weight loss benefit to buying a smoothie and consuming it on your way to the gym. But many gyms want you to believe that, so don't fall for it. Got it? Got it. Okay. Next mistake, living too far away from your gym. So try to find something that's close and convenient to you. It's got to be either close and convenient to your home are close and convenient to the place you spend most of your time. If you're a student and maybe you go to university and there's a gym right next to campus, okay, that's fair. Or if you work somewhere and there's a gym right next to your office and you can go in there and exercise on your breaks before or after work, great. But if you live over here and all your stuff is over here and there's a few gyms really close to your home, yet there's a much cooler gym 45 minutes away, don't get that membership. You're not going to use it. You are not going to use it. You want to have a fitness center at your fingertips so you can wake up from a nap, jump over, get a good workout in, get showered up, and go on a date that night. You want quick and easy access to your fitness center. So keep it close, proximal to where you spend most of your time. And some of these gyms are only $10 a month. Planet Fitness, I think, charges $10. I'm no spokesperson for Planet Fitness, but $10 a month, you could probably have a gym membership close to your home and one next to your school or your office. So, you know, look into that. If you hang out in two different places, you might just be able to double up without expending too much. And then here's the other thing. If you think gyms are too expensive, and perhaps if you live in a highly metro area, I'm sure in the center of Manhattan, they have some gyms that are mind-blowingly expensive. But for the most part, they seem to be fairly reasonable. And if you do the math, usually if you skip going out to dinner a couple of nights a month, you can pay for the gym membership. Most gyms will allow you to show up and use them all day while their doors are open. So you could exercise for 3 hours on Monday, 5 hours on Tuesday, 1 hour on Wednesday, skip it Thursday, and you're really getting a lot of bang for your buck. So I think the money is well worth the investment, especially if they have equipment that you don't have access to at home. You'll enjoy exercising in a air-conditioned place with nice equipment, with nice support and staff. Something to consider if you're not already a member. Okay, next up, showing up to the gym or showing up to work out anywhere on E, meaning you woke up, you didn't eat any food, you probably had nothing to drink, and now you're trying to exercise really hard. Well, if I'm going to go take a drive, a 300-mile drive, I'm likely to make sure that I have a full tank of gas before I start moving in the other direction. Same thing goes for food. As a sport performance expert and trainer, the number one reason I've seen people get in that place where they feel bad, they might hit the ground, is because they didn't eat that morning. And I can always ask when they start to feel bad, and it's easy to tune in on to be able to discover that a person's in that place. I always say, did you eat this morning? No, I forgot. You got to show up with something in your stomach. You got to have something. You can't show up on E. And so if you're someone who says, well, I have a sensitive stomach, okay, find something that's mild for your stomach. For me, it's a banana. It could be a Kind bar. If I'm running a race, I like to have half a bagel with cream cheese, just half. I can't have a whole bagel. It's going to be half a bagel. I don't know why. But yeah, figure out what your stomach will tolerate and have some of it, and definitely have lots of water. Don't fill up so much that you're sloshing around, the water sloshing around in your stomach while you exercise, but don't show up on E. It will only lead to trouble, and quite often it'll lead to lack of performance and dizziness, sickness, and that's a bad way to end a workout, is because you got nauseous and you got the spins. Who's saying hi? Mystery person, show yourself. Tell me what your name is. All right, next up, it's a big pet peeve for a lot of people, not wiping down equipment. If you make a sweaty, slimy mess, a wet, nasty mess on any sort of equipment, you should clean it. Now, COVID people will tell you that you have to wipe down everything you touch. I'm not convinced. But if you like to, you should. But for sure, if you're making a sweaty mess on a machine, please wipe it down. You can bring your own towel to the gym. Many of them have wet wipes stationed around your fitness facility. But yeah, clean up after yourself, as goes any situation. If you make a mess, clean it up. And this is the mess I make most frequently at the gym. I don't always, but I often spill my water. I don't know why. No matter what I put it in a water bottle with a lid. It's always all over the place. Hi, Christy. Hello. Christy is feeling a little down. She just had, I believe, her Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccination and she's not feeling so hot. So I hope that you bounce back quickly. I finished my, I think I had, what did I have? Pfizer two months ago, and I didn't have any effect, thankfully. I had a sore arm. So I hope you recover quickly. And I'm super happy you're using the stretching video and that you enjoyed it. I love that stretching video. And y'all, if you haven't seen it yet, go to my YouTube channel. It's right up on top. Stretch, upper body stretches with bands, lower body stretches with bands. Okay, next up. Oh, this is a peeve of mine. It's a big old peeve. Gym snuggling. I addressed this yesterday, but I will address it a million times every single day until I can fight this aberration, this horrible behavior at gym. So here's the deal. If I'm on a row and there's 10 open treadmills and I get on the treadmill on the far left, if another person comes to this row of treadmills and gets next to me, that's a gym snuggler. There's absolutely no reason for stranger number 2 to come snuggle with me on the treadmill. Go to the other side, dude. Go over there or go in the middle, but don't come right next to me. I find that very annoying. And I am a people person. I love people. I love hugging people. I love their smiles. I love shaking hands. I'm a person's person. But if we're exercising and there's a whole bunch of machines that are all the same, leave a little bit of room in between. I don't think that's too much to ask. And the other thing is that the gym snuggler that I always get, and it's not always the same person, they almost always smell horrific. And not the kind that, oh, I just worked out, I smell bad. It's the kind that says, I don't take showers and I just arrived and I already smell bad. Here, Fitz, Koehler. Enjoy. And so don't gym snuggle on me. And do you like gym snugglers? You can let me know. Use the comment section. I say no gym snugglers. In fact, I might have some t-shirts printed that make the case. I think this is where our country's going, where people are angry about everything. I am going to start a new outrage. I'm going to send everyone into hysteria over gym snugglers. I think that's a good suggestion. Okay, next step. Don't ever be mean to other people at the gym. I'm sure you all are never mean, but we don't pick fun. Yeah, we don't poke fun at people, talk behind their back. They're in the gym. They're awesome. They're working hard on their own health, and you should be grateful because they're not going to be sick and become a burden of the taxpayers because the government's paying for their health. So if they're in the gym, they're awesome. Don't be mean. Be nice to absolutely everyone in the gym. Okay. Oh, don't drop the weights. Don't drop your weights. Put them down. If you were strong enough to lift them up, you can be strong enough to lower them to the ground gently. And here's the thing, the person that would pay the price for that weight drop is quite often you. And that would be your toes. Or toes. There's a lot of people who've had broken toes based on dropping weight. So don't do it. And it's also kind of rude and people will look and go, oh, why did he do that? So weights gently. Also unrack your weights. So if you go to do any sort of bar exercise with plate weights on it, don't just leave your weights on the bar. Take them off, re-rack them. That's considered polite. We put our toys back away after we use them. Okay, this is going to be my last thing. What do you think my last mistake at the gym would be? The biggest one would be not going to the gym. I know, you can exercise at home. As long as you're exercising somewhere, I will accept that. But I truly believe in gyms. I think they're a great resource for anyone who's working on becoming fitter. If you can afford one, there's so much to be accomplished there. I mean, again, there's such a wide variety of equipment, which is always another opportunity to challenge your body in a different way. Taking classes. There's so many interesting, neat instructors, and there's so many unique classes available today. There's still step aerobics. So many of you might be excited about that, but I peeked into the group fitness classroom the other day and I saw step aerobics. Oh, and I've also seen step aerobics on a BOSU, which is pretty cool. I think they, that's a 16-year-old class, but it's still great. And Zumba and Pilates and yoga and strength training classes. There's so much, and you might just really like one. In fact, if you're someone who never, ever, ever takes classes, I think you should go give it a try. And it's always an interesting opportunity to do some new maneuvers. You never know what an instructor is going to throw at you, but there is a little bit of benefit from the peer pressure of the class environment. And when there's all these other people in there, clearly you don't want to do things that are detrimental to your health, but perhaps you step outside your comfort zone, perhaps you try new things, perhaps you try a little harder because you're in that group environment, and it's not necessarily competition, but perhaps just encouragement of the people surrounding you to keep up and do your best, do at least what they're doing. So I'm a big fan of the gym. I've spent most of my life in gyms. I got my first membership when I was 14. In fact, my mom lied. She said I was 15 years old so I could join Spa Lady in Margate, Florida. And I couldn't be more grateful for it. That really, that's the reason I do this today, is that wonderful experience at that little gym. Good morning, Ian. Where are you? If it's good morning for you, I'm guessing New Zealand, Australia. Share. Let me know where you are. I love it when our friends from overseas take part. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the fitness center, and I truly believe in them. And again, they're worth their weight in gold if you use them properly. Oh, from the Philippines. Well, that's a nice treat. So this is interesting. I used to be the fitness director of the fitness facility on a cruise ship. And we sailed from New York to France, England, every country in Scandinavia, and Russia and Estonia. And it was an incredible summer at sea. But so many of my colleagues on the ship were Filipinos, and they were so nice, just the nice. Now, of course, we're not blanket statementing everybody in any particular country or place is so nice, but the Filipinos were very, kind culture. And we were out at sea on the 4th of July. And so there were only an X amount of American employees on the ship, and then there was X amount of Filipino. So instead of declaring the 4th of July to be American Independence Day, what they created on the ship, they called it American Filipino Friendship Day. So every time the 4th of July comes around, I do celebrate Independence Day, but I also think, it's also American Filipino Friendship Day. So I've not been to the Philippines. Hopefully I will get that opportunity soon. But there you go, folks. That is my almost 20-ish mistakes I hope you do not make at the gym. And I think the last one's the most important, which means don't avoid the gym. Make sure you get there, go, use it, get your membership, and get as much bang for your buck from that membership as you can. And then report back to me and tell me about all the awesome things you're doing at the gym and then the weird things you've seen. So we can include them in another live stream. So if you haven't done it already, connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. And don't just follow, reach out and say hi. I'm happy with followers, but I far prefer friends. And I'm excited to see you all soon. If you haven't registered for Gasparilla yet, that's May 8th and 9th. I will be there at the start and finish line. It's going to be a hybrid event this year, kind of part virtual, part real. But most importantly is you get to run and I get to launch your race and welcome you home through the finish line. And that's pretty cool. I think my discount code is Fitzness21. If it's not, reach out to me and I'll find exactly out what it is. And then I have some more discount codes and some more new races coming down the pipe. So I love you guys. Happy Thursday night for you, Ian. Happy Friday morning, I think. And we'll catch up soon. Get to work, everybody. Bye.